What's going on, Steelers Nation? Today we're going to be diving into our 2-point win over the New York Jets in Sunday's 1 o'clock game with some immediate reactions to the play of our favorite team. So, off rip, I want to say that offensive line looked absolutely god-awful, atrocious. Where is... Broderick Jones, he's got to go. I understand it's his first game back at left tackle, but damn, I think the man gave up 3 sacks, specifically him. He's so bad. He's so bad. We will not make it throughout the entire year with Aaron Rodgers taking 4 sacks. We won't make it. That's the negative. The defense had more holes in it in the run game than a slice of Swiss cheese. Breece Hall and Justin Fields was just doing whatever they wanted to throughout the middle, on the outside. When it came to running the ball, they could just do absolutely no wrong. Aaron Rodgers, 22 of 30. It should have been 23 of 30 if DK Metcalf didn't drop that one opening pass. 244, 73% completion rating, 8 on average. He had 4 touchdowns. When's the last time you saw a quarterback for the Pittsburgh Steelers throw 4 touchdowns? I couldn't tell you. Run game was pretty bad. Jaylen Warren, 11 carries for 37 yards. Gainwell, 7 for 19. Caleb Johnson had a fumble on a kickoff, which is not ideal. Gainwell had a fumble. DK played well. 7 for 83. Could have had more if he didn't drop that first one. That one he dropped. That one that bounced out of his hands under Jonnu Smith's hand and then landed on his belly. Crazy. Calvin Austin showing that he is our legit wide receiver too. He had 1 touchdown. Pat Freiermuth didn't get as much as I would like, but we're spreading the ball around more this year than we have been in prior years. So it's not just him and George Pickens. It's a plethora of receivers, people receiving the ball. Jaylen Warren had 2 targets, 2 receptions for 22 yards and a touchdown. Ben Skowronek had 1 target, 22 yards for a touchdown, which was a beautiful play. Jonnu Smith on the jet sweep for 15 yards for a touchdown. Kenneth Gainwell. Defense, we had 1 sack from Alex Highsmith. We were getting back in the backfield so much and getting around the quarterback. And I know it's Justin Fields and he's agile, he's strong, he's going to be able to get in and out of the pocket at will. But damn, if we're getting back there, we need to make something out of it. We got a tackle for loss from Highsmith, 1 from Chuck Clark, 2 from TJ, on one where he absolutely obliterated the ball carrier. Peyton Wilson was back there causing havoc. Cam Hayward. I think the highlight of this game in particular is this man here, Jalen Ramsey. That tackle on Garrett Wilson at the end of the play, good gosh, he gave that boy the boomstick. The boomstick. But we can't continue to play like this. I know a lot of it fell on Deshaun Elliott going out early with injury, and then the same with Joey Porter Jr. But when that happens, we need to have our guys need to be able to step up and fill those open slots. Our offensive line has to be better. The defense has to be better. The offense this year wasn't really the issue. Everything was kind of happening the way we wanted it to, and would have happened better if Rodgers would have stayed up without taking any sacks. It's just that simple. We can't have our 41-year-old quarterback taking 4 sacks. We can't. He threw some kind of shaky balls that could have been picked off, but outside of that, the offense played very well. Caleb Johnson has to be better, and we have to ground and pound the ball a little bit more. It will open up more play action, which allows Rodgers to do more. But we can't do anything if he spends the entire game on his back and belly. It's just that simple. 4 touchdowns. It's crazy. Calvin Austin, Jaylen Warren, Ben Skowronek, and Jonnu Smith all got touchdowns. And it's just the Jaylen Warren one was a beaut. Calvin Austin one, he was wide open, beautiful. The Ben Skowronek one, wide open, was beautiful. And then the Jonnu Smith, he fought to get the touchdown. I love that. The defense has just got to be better. Darius Slay got absolutely cooked by Garrett Wilson on that opening touchdown. He's got to be better. He's got to be better. They keep saying we got 3-1s back there. We didn't really look like we had 3-1s because he was getting cooked. And I know bringing back Derek Harmon coming back from injury will help the defensive line in the run game, but we shouldn't rely specifically wholeheartedly on one player to bolster up the defense. It's just that simple. The game ball probably goes to Chris Boswell. Motherfucker kicked a 60-yarder and had room for probably 10 more yards. He's the man. Pay that man however much money he wants. Waitman, pretty solid on the punting. It would have been better if, not Cam Hayward, what is his brother? Connor didn't boomstick that guy on that one punt. Could have had better field position on that specific punt. So here's the Jaylen Warren touchdown right here. Just like they drew it up. Just like they drew it up. All right, and then the Calvin Austin touchdown. If you go ahead and look here, the 76ers are already getting beat. If it wasn't for Jaylen Warren picking up this tackle and then him chip blocking here, this play would have been dead. Because look, if we didn't have Rodgers, this is a sack. Wide open, touchdown. Touchdown. Offensive line has to be better. All right, then Boswell's 60-yarder that had leg for more. It had leg for more. He probably could kick that from 65. And then the final play of the drive. Boom. We're getting there. He steps up. Why was he so open? Who's supposed to be covering him? Thanks for Jalen Ramsey for laying the boomstick on that boy. But why was he so open? And last but not least, let's look at this DK Metcalf circus catch. Hits him in his hand. He bobbles it. Jonnu bobbles it. Then he lands on it. And he catches it. Gets broken up. Almost a pick. Jonnu catches it. And then it lands in DK's lap. We can't rely on crazy things like that to happen each and every week. Because if that's the case, we're not going to make it through the season. Next week we have the Seahawks, who didn't play a great game. Didn't play a great game at all. We could win. Patriots didn't play a good game. We could win that one. We got to wait and watch to see how the Vikings play. Myles Garrett is going to obliterate that offensive line. Trey Hendrickson, offensive line. Michael Parsons, offensive line. Colts, their defensive line. Their Chargers, their defensive line. Bears, we got to wait on. The Bills just put up 40 plus on the Ravens, who were supposed to have the best defense in the NFL. The Ravens just put up 40. The Dolphins should be a win. The Lions we could probably beat. They don't look as unstoppable as they did last year. And then again, the Browns and then the Ravens. This season could be very bad. It could be very bad indeed. So we got to lock in. We got to lock in, and we got to lock in big, because at the rate that it's going this season, with that offensive line and the way our defense, we got Swiss cheese left, right, front, and center, it's not a shoo-in for success. So let's hope for better. This week, Seahawks, Fox, 1 p.m. game. Everybody be ready. 1, 2, 3, Steelers. 3, 4, 5. Let's go.